Hello friends, welcome back to the Swayam course on differential calculus. In this session, we describe the concept of parametric equations, which is a way to represent a curve in the Cartesian plane. We also discuss the method of graphing some parametric equations. Let's begin with observing the movement of an ant on a tablecloth. We draw two mutually perpendicular straight lines on the edges of the tablecloth and they are considered the x and y axis respectively. Then the intersecting point of the lines is the origin of the plane containing the tablecloth. Suppose an ant starts its movement at the origin and moves in a straight line on the tablecloth as shown in the figure. The ant's position ordered by xy relative to the coordinate axis is shown in the figure for different times t given in seconds. The ant is at the origin ordered by 0 0 when time t is equal to 0 second, at the point ordered by 1 1 when time t is equal to 1 second, at the point ordered by 2 2 when time t is equal to 2 seconds, and so on. Now our aim is to obtain the path traced by the ant. For this we recall that equation of the line joining the points ordered by x1 y1 and ordered by x2 y2 is given by the 2-point line equation x minus x1 by x2 minus x1, which is equal to y minus y1 by y2 minus y1. Hence, here equation of the line joining the points ordered by 0 0 and ordered by 1 1 is x minus 0 by 1 minus 0, which is equal to y minus 0 by 1 minus 0, that is x by 1 is equal to y by 1, we call it equation number 1. Hence, equation of the line joining ordered by 0 0 and ordered by 1 1 is y is equal to x. Hence, the path on which the ant moves in the tablecloth can be expressed by the Cartesian formula that expresses y directly in terms of x. Now, we are going to express the path of the movement of ant by expressing both x and y coordinates as functions of time t. This is by describing the path with a pair of equations x is equal to f of t and y is equal to g of t. To obtain such a set of equations, from equation 1 we note that x by 1 is equal to y by 1 all equal to a parameter say t. Then x is equal to t and y is equal to t. The above set of equations can also be obtained from the Cartesian equation y is equal to x as follows. Taking x is equal to t, we have y is equal to x is equal to t, giving x is equal to t and y is equal to t as obtained above. From this, it is possible to find the ant's position after 4 seconds. This is by putting t is equal to 4, which gives x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 4. Hence, ant's position after 4 seconds is ordered by 4 4. In the above example, we have two representations denoting path of the movement of an ant. One is a Cartesian equation expressing y directly in terms of x, and another representing the coordinates of the points on the path as functions of the parameter time t. In real life, an ant may not move along a line as mentioned just now, and in that case it may not be possible to represent the path of the movement of ant as a Cartesian equation expressing y directly in terms of x. Then the only way is to express the coordinates of points on the path as functions of time t. Parametric equations. We recall that curve in a Cartesian plane can be expressed by the statement of equality involving x and y as of the form f of xy is equal to 0 or g of xy is equal to c. For example, the equation y minus x is equal to 0 represents a line, while x square plus y square is equal to 1 represents the unit circle centered at the origin. An alternative approach is to describe x and y separately in terms of a third parameter, usually t. This is as follows. If x and y are given as continuous functions, x is equal to f of t and y is equal to g of t, over an interval of t values, then the set of points ordered where xy is equal to ordered where f of t g of t defined by these equations is a curve in the coordinate plane. These equations are called parametric equations for the curve. The variable t is a parameter for the curve and the domain I is the parameter interval. The curve C determined by the set of points ordered where xy is equal to ordered where f of t g of t is called the trajectory of the particle or the graph of the equations. When we give parametric equations and a parameter interval for a curve in the plane, we say that we have parameterized the curve. The equations and interval constitute a parameterization of the curve. In a representation by means of parametric equations, x is equal to f of t and y is equal to g of t with t belongs to I, where I is a closed interval, say I is equal to closed interval a b, then the point ordered where f of a g of a is the initial point of the curve and the point ordered where f of b g of b is the terminal point of the curve. The parameter t may not always be the time. For example, it may denote an angle in radian measure or the distance a particle has travelled along its path from its starting point. Now we consider an example. We graph the curve represented by the parametric equations x is equal to cos t and y is equal to sin t, where the angle t varies over the closed interval 0 to pi. To draw the curve represented by the parametric equations, we first find the Cartesian equation representing the curve. The presence of cosine and sine functions in the parametric equations gives us an intuition that the trigonometric identity cos square t plus sin square t is equal to 1 will be helpful to find the Cartesian equation of the curve. Now, using the parametric equations x is equal to cos t and y is equal to sin t, we obtain x square plus y square is equal to cos square t plus sin square t is equal to 1. This shows that any point ordered where xy on the curve x is equal to cos t and y is equal to sin t, where t varies over the closed interval 0 to pi, is a point on the unit circle with a center at the origin. Thus, the graph of the curve given by the parameterization is contained in the circle x square plus y square is equal to 1. Geometrically, corresponding to the parameter t, there is a point p cos t sin t on the circle such that t is the angle in radian measure swept out in counterclockwise direction by the radius OP from the positive x axis. We track the points as t runs from 0 to 2 pi. When t is equal to 0, the point is ordered where cos 0 sin 0, which is equal to ordered where 1 0. As t increases up to pi by 2, the corresponding points moves up and to the left along the circle in counterclockwise direction. When t is equal to pi by 2, we obtain the point ordered where cos pi by 2 sin pi by 2, which is equal to ordered where 0 1. When t increases from pi by 2 to pi, the corresponding points moves down and to the left along the circle in counterclockwise direction. When t is equal to pi, we obtain the point ordered where cos pi sin pi, which is equal to ordered where negative 1 0. When t increases from pi to 2 pi, the particle continues around the circle in counterclockwise direction to stop at the point ordered where 1 0. Thus, when t increases from 0 to 2 pi, points on the parameterized curve moves in counterclockwise direction along the circle starting from ordered where 1 0 and reaching back at the same point ordered where 1 0. This shows that the parameterized curve contains each point on the unit circle. That is, the unit circle is contained in the parameterized curve. We have already noted above that the graph of the parameterized curve is contained in the unit circle. This, together with the observation that the unit circle is contained in the parameterized curve, implies that the parameterized curve x is equal to cos t and y is equal to sin t where t varies over closed interval 0 2 pi represents the unit circle. In other words, x is equal to cos t and y is equal to sin t, where t varies over closed interval 0 2 pi is a parameterization of the unit circle. In this parameterization, the initial point is ordered by f of 0 g of 0, which is equal to ordered by cos 0 sin 0, which is equal to ordered by 1 0, and the terminal point is ordered by f of 2 pi g of 2 pi, which is equal to ordered by cos 2 pi sin 2 pi, which is equal to ordered by 1 0. Here the initial point and terminal point coincides. In this case, we say that the curve is a closed curve. We now discuss the orientation of parameterized curves. So far, we have seen that the Cartesian equation x square plus y square is equal to 1 and the parametric equations x is equal to cos t and y is equal to sin t, where t varies over closed interval 0 2 pi, both represent the unit circle. Have you observed an advantage of using parametric equations over the Cartesian equation? The parametric equations given for the unit circle are helpful not only to draw the circle, but also to determine the direction, here counterclockwise direction, in which the graph of the circle is traced. The direction in which the graph of a pair of parametric equations is traced as the parameter increases is called the direction of increasing parameter, or sometimes the orientation imposed on the curve by the equations. Thus, we make a distinction between a curve which is a set of points and a parametric curve which is a curve with an orientation imposed on it by a set of parametric equations. For example, the equation x square plus y square is equal to 1 simply represents the unit circle centered at the origin. It does not give any idea of orientation in which the curve is traced. At the same time, the unit circle's parameterization given by x is equal to cos t and y is equal to sin t, where t varies over closed interval 0 2 pi, shows that the circle is traced counterclockwise as t increases from 0 to 2 pi, and hence the circle given by the above parameterization has counterclockwise orientation. The orientation of a parametric curve can be indicated by arrowheads. In this session, we introduced the concept of parameterization of curves in a Cartesian plane. One advantage of parameterized equations of a given curve over Cartesian equation is that it gives an orientation to the curve. We considered only one example in this session. More examples will be discussed in the next session. We will meet again. Till then,